Yeah, Moon says Mosican be from promote to the Debbie. I saw extra effort. Extra effort. I gentlemen,
extra effort on Yamabayamano.
No, they will just say, if I hope I miss your quiet CGC. Ooh, you are not question CGC. Ooh, you are not question said. Maybe I are not question said. Yeah, the paper be I know. Apostolic empowerment. That's all the TTV. So for your madam. So for your madam. So for the paper to us. And you come the hour one the paper. Very handsome. No, but you may come out. Oh, but we may a chance at family level. But then you may have the but the end, and you didn't know kick one and we are not kicking one pen. What you know? Yeah, because you're really good. Maybe our TV. My everything. Yeah. Well, Wednesday, 6th of February, in the month of love, the Adom Ponyankopona say probably ICG for one change much apostolic for because in seminal issues are shown papa. ICG for number.
How can I express my gratitude for all the things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. God, you're my everything. Okay. I call you God. Thank you. Oh, you better when you say, obey them cry. No, to me, I dang me, I say, and when you're my hood, why am I? Nana, no, can cry, or they can thank you, enough. As what Timber Unyami enough from Grammy. I said, Miss Muni. I don't know what yes. Some money, the brother for no, I don't know. Okay, yes. Words are not enough to say thank you. I don't know. Semi Muni. Yes, Semi Muni, sanity. Well, you bet your Fiji phone and a duty for inside for you now. Secondary. And I quite a minute in a coin. Minister of Tourism, Katina Fuku. You call it now, classes. Well, I'm watching other trader upon Yago. I'm afraid to girls. That trader upon Yago as I and then swatch. One of the things that they become capture the mercies and grace. You plead it over your life because the next second you don't know what's going to happen to your life. And I made a choice, and to me, of course, whether somebody has a bone to pick with you or you also have to go to the. So these are also of the things and so also Ghana for no politicians and more common women. So we didn't no problem. So what address that say for trouble me and I did them one yeah, because that day he was nowhere to be found. Me and my friend one mind one can be shame na me pay relief. Me cry. Is some judge please with this please. What if I be for cry? And you be na kan ya ko be sem. Mo nipa na o ka kire o kan for front row na. Mo so amonya da did konkonsa fa so bi ani so. Mama me hwa. Yo, Fasia. Na me di wi madjuma. Well, kata we buy am say na pay me ni ma take time read over. But it's coming from no less a person Ira Totobi Kwache. It tells you say nipa to say Ira Totobi Kwache ekasa. Then we also give it the needed attention. We need to sit down. It is not just the condemnation of the Akoso or Ayawaso by election, but the bigger picture with his experience, it comes to bear in the write-up of their mind. And this is an open letter from Totobi Kwache to His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on the 4th of February. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, and I write to you in my capacity as a former Minister of National Security, as a son of the land, and as a father in the hope that you might exercise the moral authority of your office to pull this nation back from the precipice on which it now stands. The scenes we witnessed during the by-election at Ayawaso West Wogon were utterly disgraceful and well deserving of the condemnation of all true patriots of this nation. More importantly, those events were but another expression of a pervasive lawlessness, impunity and disregard for due process that our democracy certainly cannot survive if left unchecked. Nothing less than the very stability of this nation is at stake. For the next step from this point takes us over the edge and into the abyss.
Your Excellency, I held the national security portfolio during the presidential election of 2000 and oversaw the first democratic transition of political power since Ghana attained her independence some 4 decades prior. The result of that election did not favor my party nor my esteemed candidate, and the lost opportunity to further the work we had begun was a disappointment. Yet, I was privileged to have played a critical role in affirming this nation's commitment to the high ideals of freedom and justice and to the path of peace and democracy. Many of the details of that monumentous period, but don't forget, you cannot write to be Kwachi off when it's about Many of the details of that momentous period remain in the confidence of those of us most intimately involved, including your good self. You know well that sound counsel prevailed over petty partisanship and that ego was subjugated to the interests and wisdom of the Ghanaian people. I respectfully pray you to be mindful of this, for the uncertainty of the present hour demands no less. Your Excellency, I have taken the time to apprise myself of public details of the unsavory events that marred the by-election, and have brought to bear my little national security experience in assessing them and their implications without prejudice or presumption. This is why I deem it imperative that Ghanaians have an honest, fact-based conversation about events of last Thursday. They were ominous portents of the coming election in 2020 and of the inevitability of bloodshed if we persist in this course. Our continent is replete with countries that have degenerated into civil war for less. We must set aside our partisan colorings that we might learn from what happened and commit ourselves to the avoidance of any future repetition for the sake of posterity. The unsettled scores of yesterday men must not condemn the hopes of tomorrow's and their generations. I have been scandalized by the suggestion that the armed masked men who set upon innocent Ghanaians are agents of our national security apparatus. High-ranking appointees of your administration have severally made this claim and premised their own justification of the ghastly brutality on the same. It is worth noting that other government officials have insisted that the brigands were high tax of the National Democratic Congress who were engaged to orchestrate chaos in order to rationalize my party's withdrawal from the by-election. These explanations, by their very nature, are mutually exclusive, suggesting that at least one of them is patent falsehood. The latter claim, which was put forward by the national leadership of your party, was directly contradicted on the Saturday following the incident by your own Minister of National Security, Honorable Brian Echampon, aligned with the former explanation, claimed the men as his own and alleged that they were pursuing some alleged threats in the home of Mr. Delali Brimpong, a career pharmacist and parliamentary candidate. Mr. President, Ghanaians take great pride in the exemplary professionalism of the women and men of our national security apparatus. It is a product of their thorough training, remarkable discipline, and personal integrity. They have stood in the breach of this nation on countless unspoken occasions to preserve our peace and freedoms without recognition or praise. The suggestion that these marauders number in their ranks demean the service and sacrifice of those true patriots who stand guard their nation for their countrymen. The reckless use of live firepower against unarmed citizens, the attempt to enter a private residence without a warrant, the physical assault of a sitting member of parliament, the threats against election officials, party agents, and independent observers, and the battery of ununiformed service members who sought to intervene in this act of intimidation. These are entirely inconsistent with the professional and operational guidelines of the national security apparatus. In wrapping up, the events at Ayawaso West Wagon mark a notable escalation in the political saga that is fast becoming a staple of our politics, because they are perpetrated in the name of the state and with the implements of its defense. And finally, finally, this must be an investigation of a true substance one that will be palpably credible. Otherwise, I fear our national memory of your legacy will be of moral negligence that allowed us to go over the edge. I conclude with the words of a hymn of my beloved Methodist Church, which I have been reminded of recent days. I hope it will resonate with you as a man of faith, and that the persons of moral authority in Ghana who shall chance upon this letter might stand for the right and echo its counsel. Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide in the strife of truth and falsehood for the good or evil side. Some great cause, some great decision, offering each of bloom or blight, and the choice goes by forever between that darkness and the light. So national
security coordinator pay near 2000 and you watch said the course why I was so many papa. Near Twat was so many courses 2020. Then you ready some of the baby go in a bloody widow, a bloody hido, a bloody kiddo, a bloody people, said the you know there, year because the course will be much I said, and this for be Nabia Asman, I said down a person, I was West Wagon, elections, let's say any idea, and I say, minimum social say national security for a bear home to some say, one national security. Juma dear, and so I been more yoni adiano. This hand near man be for near auntie. Ye heard ye. Now, ye say where Tim were coming, down will be a CNT, and they were Tim Macam, Miss Macaubi, any idea, Sadia, Twat was so sadia, and year 2020. Oh, you go see something. And one on the president, no friend Nancy from yes, legacy obedano, and your papa.
Okay, so yeah, also, and then probably to a suggestion to politicians, if you are in a position or you have power, we still should go by the principles of what we believe in and what is very truthful. Here, yes, our opposition are not quite different.
To be a politician.
So, but it doesn't matter.
Because politicians, they're okay, and candidates.
No, that is our definition. That is becoming the Ghana definition of who a politician is. A politician
should be.
So that is where lies deception and
so
no, and then the crisis are to about no, they disappoint, they deceive. But I'm saying that so our opposition, that's our case and near to trust them and over to me, that's a cost of a new coins of Fatum Bia Ebeto. Because your case ever from Fatum, then we go and start Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah. You start here by through BCN. That means young Kasa and Pesa Ghana. Because Fatum every day there's in Fatum. Every almost no more there's in Fatum. But until we move from that unnecessary in Fatum and that unneeded partisanship, the keys to success has never been with any political party, but has been with us. Unfortunately, access. Instead of people to serve us, we voted them into power. Instead of them to serve us and do what we want for us, they are lording it over us. We are serving them, and they are also telling us things that they are not supposed to tell us. That's the problem. You know, who opposition? I say the things they see and say about Ghana, the next minute you are convinced that when they come to power, Ghana will turn around. It's a lie. That's how it's becoming. When they get power, if you challenge them, you are tagged as you have been paid, or you are in the camp of Asumesi or Bintin. And thank God, some of us, we've just taken off that chain. We don't care again. Because maybe a Modi gradually, you know, especially how you have treated our intelligence agencies, in this case, the Ghana Police Service, politicians. You've broken the service down. So it's a shame that you go back to say the police service now Modi dinner tema hwehwe for my win. We are say almost for what? I'm going free. If time from time say the man what them fatu now IGPs abenyina na modi o matama si edi police service atama si na mo anso munim se mo na mo say o madwuma o moye no. You come back and tell them to work. How should they work? How should they work? So, Master, look at what happened in Parliament. We should copy. Copy. Fine. And I said, look, say, the Ebeji Co say budget at two. Ebeji, where they say, Ebeji Coco budget at Ebeji, I drink go budget at two. But when you go beyond a certain line, and some judge is not getting it, yeah, I'll read his quotation. I was on a conversation with him yesterday. Because clearly, he didn't understand where the issues were. Politics is not an issue of just going unnecessarily personal. Ya brandness hard time where you gay, when we, where you dam, where you far away, where that is not politics. What is the person capable of doing? Yeah, because I don't get it. Obi could afford. One now define the word could afford. Obi say on worry necessary. Is that part of our political? Is that putting table? Is that making sure that the Kwalabeko School Hospital base is being on? What are you there? You are representing an interest.
Polygamous. Traditional.
You are representing an interest. Once you are in parliament, you are not representing your party's interest. You are representing the Ghana factor. But I quite say two partisanship. Parliamentarians respectfully only agree when there is an issue about their salaries and car allowance. That's where they agree.
Politics for you.
So we beg of you. It's an August house. Sometimes, I don't know, because the moment you start talking, they have something they call privileges committee.
They
have something they call. But it's just unfortunate. Bloody, and you're going to work with a bloody person. I'm sure no. That's to JJ Musama. Ghana fapim. Ghana fuma ikaya. Yentimin kakasa and some fatanya certain descriptions. And they are told us around. Ewo mrashi bidrim. What are we talking about? So,
I mean, who were the stage of the workout was for?
Yes, I have a problem. Yes, I said, Mudamutimukwaman on Eco Hospital. Yamubia, Timikwaman on Eco Hospital. We can pay, we can afford. One year who say hospitals there were Ghana. A bad then I'm betting a pajama Nakudum Pemper, so I bet my boy in America. And then we sit there and we are talking about a bloody widow as the main discussion for the whole week, Ghana. And we are going back. We are going back. Me left to be alone. We are going back. Okay, so it's someone who told you the as usual. All over is bloody widow, and it's not benefiting Ghanaians in any way. Rather, at the heat neighbor system. Heat. Adia Kosu Aya was so good. Shameful. We are a comparison. And it goes the same way. As a Cold War of Afghanistan. Cover.
And they point the gun from here. Hey, quick video! Hey, quick video! Hey, quick video! Hey, video!
Complete. Well, we are back. You better amen for us. Our council na afiyeti. But President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, good morning. Me who say one is it Ramaphosa, South African president?
No,
South Africa. Eddie Omunsa actual is in the down for pa. Me who say no for SK Buafo. Na who say ya MP Duku. Duka. Yes, but some mine says America. Until morning in the Bacano.
Oh, send your mentorage or more credence.
It's also only that to okay.
And I would done what I. One is South African, one is America. When we are not going to Ethiopia and then you come to me sign.
Sister Ajua or Roman Rage in Krasem Nameke, President Bodyguard Terrier, or say Ojibreshe pa anti Anope Yachia, Sausuna Ayateria, President Wanka South Bodyguard, Ninia, 19 years. Degraft Archery, a champion, a radiator with our friend, so unfortunate. Inti nyame aduma echina and ebeko so TUC Sugar Hill na ma ko pen crab yo Kenya se and toa kwan so inti enhye ne so na yenko da ebusia enko ta ebusia fo achi na mo ko pe the graft archery e champion mo ko pen crab ya
o de ye frase na mamema eye Owura Bedumensa ebusia kwa okwan Bedumensa aka Uncle Bedu ono so ada ne bankum so mfie dioson na na odwe memene da na wo mo de betum pema afei wo mapen krabre Apostle Church Park dan suma last stop ho amachi no nine kosi anapa no nkron na afei omo akoye burial service dia ma no wo ho ada na wo mapen krabre.
The honorable member elect to be conducted into the chamber for administration of the oaths.
Cannot be here to witness this one.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Leader.
As the majority.
Ma yenchia ye Owura Adom feso adwa saki sikai yena ono so omo ye na wi na wotwe wi anti adwa ene ye defre no ewo Kumase fiada we na we keep in baso na ne memene da wo de ye na hyehyɛ so insuta sunwa ne insuta kwan no so ene nto mo hye no so na mo nkobo a Owura Adom fe bra okra ne maame Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital ye ebi a wapom den ubetimi enye bi ewo ho no mo wo mo de ahwe o ma kira kwan ewo Clagon na opie mo domestic flat ya o metimi ahwe wo number na 0207229505 Dawood ointment sebra na 5% pe wo mo betimi e de aboa wo na watumi de akobo ahiafo number na 0241 244 012 0241 244 Mame da Gomba de here da ointment de here da herbal mixture de here da macho capsule de here da capsules and de here da herbal bitters bomodi ampe bito ewo enkran kanshi anase nkoko anwina 0242 046783.
Daily Graphic Edishase Lydia Al-Hassan sworn in as MP for Ayawaso West Wogon. Minority boycott proceedings, walks to police headquarters to lodge complaint. And Supreme Court throws out Kweku Baku over removal of Charlotte Osei. And police take statements from 16 victims of Ayawaso West Wogon violence. Daily Graphic.
Graphic na yede frase ya mama china de yede kono no wotre mo enra okomra she bedwa mo ya de minority for dom kuma wo mo etwifa so maame Al-Hassan wo mo swear in no minority for etwifa so etro bloody widow ene ade ade akopie mu police ade headquarters ya se de ekọ so Ayawaso no mo nti bibiada yanko Supreme Court duru akwaku ba akọ de se mi kotu dwa se ma me Charlotte Osei kwan yo mfa so a wo mpam no nani yanko jwana sa mfa bra kwan so ya ye nua be ma Samson Ladi anye ne no ene na ye lawyer ma no ewi ase na Supreme Court si asem no ye montungu na ne kwan so ano no na e ba so ye ensem a ade aba.
The Ghanaian Times say Tema public schools under siege and no tariff increase due to ECG legacy debt. President tax African mining coins to support development of continent and minority boycotts soaring in of new Ayawaso West Wogon MP.
Asem kroya na Ghanaian Times mu de course so o mrahye beje menra ya minority for chere so o montena se e ma de course so Ayawaso se police for nka ho asem a o montena se nye swearing in bia amfa ma me se Owura Al-Hassan ya na ye wakwabena jakon na wo kana yerenom eho na opiem ewotema public schools ahodo wo chere se ene nkrofo age ho aboso a wo mo edede ne ade wi ni ade enom na ekoso eno na wo mo chere se pedinfo ntu ana mo no mo hwe ni yi na yekọ ECG fo akate so a abeto dwa enra Minister John Peter Mewu press conference yekọ so wo de atudwa se kwan bia so nyese bia ECG no ye pe nkrofo bia mo aba yo take over na eba so nti ye ba betumo na dumso no de o how kakra na wo ho ena akofa aba ne se bi Adom so papa.
The new crusading guide. Minority condemned over bloody widow placards. Walk out. A name of company where BGL cartel divested contracts pops up. Only Badwam has the strategy to handle MPP, NDC delegates, and energy sector is back to life. That's the minister talking here.
Yankwa crusading guy ne dia odi aba no watch say energy sector ne dia bibia de na kwam ne dum so ne hobi mu hu say edum light ka fretwa na ade o how bi ne bia transformer bi how no mo ye ne yi na minority for enu a wo so so wo mo ntiase Sam George member of parliament mu ayo mo wi ne ni so ade a post for me ka hwe asa wo mo ntie so mada so a ene o mo konyane wo mo ko se ade ekotese a wo de wo how nyina e de kodan wo mo say asem no wo mo so hwe so metu ho anamo e ho nsem wo mo wo kira Greater Accra executive bi di atudwa say Honorable Sumana Kingsford Badwam wo mjidi yeso no e de betimi edi party na nmu na o hwe se dia record so a former president kra no a emmo party nti wo mo to abama.
Well, the Herald say more secrets on black masked militia out. Security Minister lied on their deployment. Ghana Armed Forces also exposed for training them. Importers and exporters raised concerns over Temaport expansion contract. And politicians misusing northern Muslim youth for violence. Kamaldeen cries.
Yeah, the Herald, they to us. So Herald say, well, no, so you should move far. And Rantiquan one, or Mrs. Max, here, Mukopi Moya was so. Or more Esum Crofo, at say a Trogonia, when a load or they sing. Now, I did have junior papa, or Mushishamuna daddy. Say, and Rantiquan or Cohono, and young one said, I security for, or Mukran or more grounds, or whom Rantium said no. Ye de whom be that t-shirt so we may be free any idea I was say a idea you're blind a champon yeah we becca say national security for munyi ni papa wo mo e kamera say mranti kwani so da ko train wo mo e wo soja for akache 67 battalion for hui e wo enkra Greater Accra e na ye tete wo mo tere wo mo say de 2 AK47 ene tu ahudo bi a wo de be di sa nyamra nsem no ene ade a ho nsem e wo Herald mu ko.
Yeah, to us, the Chronicle say, ban all vigilante groups. Delta Force commander tells government. And GMC defies fatwa not to mine. Big one, NDC MPs walk out on Sarah Malhassan and head to police headquarters. The Chronicle, double cut.
Yeah, Chronicle, another day or diaba, or so say, idea, nay. A branch here, no Delta Force, where your commander, Bamba, where the Atujan Chronicle, Cassadin, some more kind of Kebea. SAS vigilantism never quite groups I would say Delta Force near Dinano. Ka woman na so mbeguna no media dance as a ballot boss would be any who because and the NDC for to me we are ballot boss no who be a defa. And until a war hunt so bet me the dance and simple won't bet me my area ballot board to trust and be uncle so there and your mobile and another quite swallow no yeah and they chronicle a day about to NDC and no I walk out to bar so could be more see at the headquarters.
Daily Guide. Kidnapper threatened to kill my girl. And witness exposes NCA gang, big one. NDC boycotts a Jakun wife, calls her bloody widow, and government cushions Ghanaians with 232 million Ghana cedi. Supreme Court affirms Charlotte Osei's sacking. And what's Anna Daily Guide, so a day abba.
NDC former women's organizer Eastern Region and the Ewa with a happy birthday to you. Now, yes, also. Okay.
So a popular regional women's organizer. Okay, all right.
Matilda and a parent, yes, from Concoma. Now, was say a rabbi or mochi or Nipa and Santa Crade. But I'm not a pressla. What can be ya, papa, a diabetuja. Say a idea, no, has said, ya, a branch here no more at one or police station. No. Kwaya a branch here did the fast so who and cross when Triesica will be Kunibano, a one crat, anymore can be a Ubihuno Sada, and at the course of Parliament, so it won't be a Supreme Court. The essay, yeah, Charlotte say, almost say, a idea, and quite swan, no so many in the committee. I said to you, almost so many in the Omode, then on bit me, I have found. I some delegate by this or
okay, so the best I'm say, here you know, and the baby at the Damas is a time difference. I'm also with the Jibre at the share, no, yes, that can say, Baba Felix, era a year don't comes to Equatorial Guinea, and Michael Ameniampon, yeah. And O'Neill and Ponsa, is that correct? And I must say, Guy G, and then Moamaka Kenyan and DJ Atoto, thank you so much. Samosumo Jibre Manone, and all of you viewers, Musumo Jibre, continuously for the third time, Mokosukasi, any TV station, ye bibia ye wa ha bia no e moni so ye damase ye kwa ba ye ba ye be din komo e won pensim mo breso and kai say on the 6th of March, that's the double track fufu party. Yeah, they bro on the 6th of March.